Alrighty, so after a quick test, our recording is working. Okay, so I decided today's vlog is going to be creating a profile for any of those of you who are actually watching this channel and are maybe interested in this game. This is the Steam version of ETS2, which is Euro Truck Simulator 2. It is a really good game, very good graphics in it. I know, pretty sad truck driver playing a trucking game. However, let's get into this real quick because the music needs to be muted and I can only do that once I'm into the game. So let's create a profile name, and because it's Molly and me, what we'll do is, I have no clue, we'll do Molly, oops, and me. Get a picture. They don't have anyone here that looks like me, but we'll pick this guy anyways. Preferred truck, we are going to start this game off with a Volvo. As a choice of purchase truck, that it automatically lets you see that dealer. And we'll just go there, enter trucking company name, Big J Heavy Transport. We want English, and I'm gonna enable all these mods that I have on the side. It takes a few seconds. Okay, so I've come to the conclusion the webcam on my laptop isn't working, so next time I'm home, the laptop will have to go into the shop where I bought it and say, hey, the webcam's not working. I've never had a need to use it. So luckily I have an external webcam here at home, which I'm going to end up taking with me on the road. And it takes a few seconds to enable all these mods. There we go. The only one I'm going to take out is this one. And we're going to take out the real headlights for now. Just I want to see if there's a difference. Create. I'm going to go to keyboard. We're going to do automatic because we're playing off the keyboard. Wizard, we need to get in here and get this volume turned down. Pick a starting city. I always like Düsseldorf, just because you can start off with some really short runs just to get through the walkthrough tutorial. No, and it's that simple, and then you're in. Eventually. You guys, if you get into the game, you can read that. Okay, so let's just go in here real quick. Audio. Music off. Oh my gosh, thank God it's so quiet now. We're just going to turn some of this down so we don't need it that loud. Radio volume, well, we're not going to be using the radio because of royalty-free content or non-royalty-free content. There we go. Okay, so when you start off the game, you start off as a company driver. Basically, they throw you into a truck, any old truck. You don't get to choose for the first one. We'll look outside, and your mission is just to go down the street. So let's do that. I haven't set up any of my key bindings yet, which we're going to do in a minute. Of course, your steer keys are your W or your A and D, your throttle is W, and the stop is S, and reverse. There are a few other key bindings that you should get, such as turn signals, because they actually do have an effect in the game. It's not just, oh look, I have turn signals. And we turned the wrong way, didn't we? Well, let's drive around the block here. We're gonna hit him. Gonna hit him. It's a company truck. Who cares? $400 offense, but you know, so what? That was going too fast. So what you guys that have played this game and play it, you know, with no mods or anything, you're going to see a lot of trailers that you've not seen before in here because of those mods that I did put in. You're going to see in the regular game, the trucks are with no names on them, basically. Don't run these red lights, guys. You get fined for it. That was what I was saying. Oh yeah, so the trucks will be plain Jane, kind of like this one. I think my outside volume's still a little loud, so we're going to have to turn it down a little more. See, we didn't need to go all the way around the block. We should have turned out of the laneway turning right. But it's good we've discovered the Renault dealer. You want to discover as many of the dealers as you can. And the employment agencies, they're the ones that are usually gray question mark, highlighted. On your map. Okay, and I know some of you guys are we're gonna talk about this in a second, wondering why I'm still at home again. That's a little bit of a bone of contention right now. That's partially my own fault too, but still. I like playing this in first person view. Although I will go out here. Close enough. We're there. Okay, so you got the first one done, even though we went all the way around the damn block to do it. Okay, so this is your level meter. You can get quite up there. It does take a little bit sometimes to get up, especially to the upper levels. You know, 5 and 6. Getting through the first couple levels is fairly simple. After that, it becomes quite a bit more difficult. We're going to go in and turn the master volume down again. Now it's going to go through this. Now you are given a garage to begin with. Not that you can use it as a company driver, but basically that's your shop. It holds one truck, whatever, once you get a truck. Okay, so let's go back in here and turn the master down yet again. We've still got it too high. Make sure graphics are on max. We're just going to go to Ultra. Let it restart. We're going to see what happens. Yes. I've yet to try it on this computer. Okay, so next step, because you're a company driver, we need to, you can only get quick jobs, you can't get the freight board, and you can pretty much go anywhere on the map. So you just pick these ones. We're just going to do another quick short one here, just for shits and giggles. And look, now if you take a look at down at the bottom right, you have your GPS. It tells you where to go. That's why you should follow it. Okay, I didn't set up my key bindings again. I forgot. Again, I'm turning the wrong friggin' way. Because normally I start off on that right workplace. I don't usually start off here. That's why I'm just so used to turning left coming out. and going to this one. Normally I start off where DHL is, but I guess this particular game it decided to start me here. But at least this time I caught it before having to go all the way around the block. After I tell you, oh, just follow your GPS. You know, in real life, we say don't follow the GPS. You know, make sure you're going the right way, but this one, you gotta follow that GPS. Yeah, I'm off. Doing it in first person sometimes is can be difficult. I know I got that cheater mirror there on the right. I could get rid of it, but then it's really hard. Because then you got to constantly go like this, which is a pain in the ass. So, yeah, there's some cheater things you just got to keep in. We're a little off center here, but it doesn't really matter as long as it goes green. Like that. Alright, so we made it. Get some more moolah, move up the tree a little bit. Alright, so we got the one email. This is what you want, brand new trucks for sale, but we don't have any money to buy them yet. The one you're waiting for is the bank one. Okay, so let's go in and set up our key bindings, which is just the options thing down here. And then you can set up a few. There's only a few that you really need to do. I mean, you could do all of them if you have the key bindings to set it up to make it easier for yourself, but I like to do left turn signal, which is my left mouse button, right turn signal, my right mouse button. Headlight modes is pressing down on the mouse wheel. High beam is rolling forward on the mouse wheel, and cruise control. Those are the main ones that I want. That way I don't have to go fumbling around my keyboard for it. And there we go. Alright. So we have to do it as company driver yet again. Let's find something that's suitable. This is Scania. It's a nice short trip. It's going to pay $2,000. Let's do it. And then we'll call her for today's vlog. And the reason I'm doing this with the new profile is I'm doing it on my laptop right now. Because I'm going to be, you know, playing this in the truck every now and then, amongst playing tanks and all that other stuff. So, see, got my turn signal going. Go outside, it works back there, works there, works there. Cars actually do, the AI does pay attention to the turn signals. And cruise control is nice because you don't have to screw around with holding that W key down. We're running at only 30 frames per second in Ultra on this computer. So there's got to be some issues because this is, definitely a better computer than my home computer. My home computer, when I run on Ultra, runs at 60 frames per second. So this computer's definitely got to go in and get looked at. I mean, a simple game like this should be running at 60 at least, especially on this computer with this graphics card that's in here. Got an i7 processor in it, so I mean, there is no excuse. And you can see on your mini map to the right, pretty much tells you where to go. course, again, I'm playing on the keyboard, so you're going to see the steering wheel go a little choppy there, just to make the corners. If you have a steering wheel, obviously it goes smoother. There's no way in hell I'm getting a steering wheel to have in the truck. Just takes up way too much room. You guys know that I got very little space to begin with. Or limited space, I should say. The B button on your keyboard is your engine retarder. Which requires two hands at that point. One for steering, one for doing that. Oh, I didn't put on my turn signal. Oh well. Be careful you don't run over anything with your trailer, because you can get hung up on stuff. I mean, 30 frames per second, it still runs pretty good, 35 frames, so it's not too fucked up. Whoa! All over the place. Slam on the damn brakes. That's what happens when you switch camera views. Back inside, it's quieter. Alright, so yeah, we're late with putting up today's vlog. I had another video done up. It was on the other computer, and I went to transfer it to this one. The file size was too big for my USB stick, so I just said screw it, we'll redo it. Oh, yeah, we want to talk about why I'm not on the road yet. It would appear... Okay, apparently when you come home and you get your truck worked on and put in the shop, you get penalized. I'm not going to blame Celadon for this. This is the people, you know, one or two individuals in Kitchener that I blame for this. You know, they sit there and they talk a good game. Oh, we got this dedicated run, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be really good. You just have to do this, this, and this. It's going to run so smoothly. And then, of course, I get on it. I say, yeah, I want on it. And, you know, they offer it to you. So then I get on it. And then everything and anything goes wrong. So I just knocked it off as being, you know, oh, well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. You know, starting off can be rough. And usually it can be. The first week or two is, you know, getting the bugs and the kinks worked out and getting it to run smooth. I just got the bad luck of the draw. So, and I only did basically two runs because everything and anything went and screwed up on it. I won't say lost a whole bunch of money, but sure as hell didn't make any money. Okay. I mean, I wasn't in the negative, but I sure as hell didn't make any money for the 2 weeks. Okay. A total of, what, 1,500 miles. Which really, really, really bites. Okay? For 2 weeks. Yeah, I know, exactly. But there was, you know, an issue where I had to come home on that second week because of my brother's wedding. So I had to be home by the Wednesday. Anyway, so, you know, you guys saw I got back on the Friday. I did the one trip. That trip screwed up majorly. And I had to... ended up sitting, you know, all weekend, Friday, and this is where the one individual came in. He offers me a load that I had to pick up at 11:30 at night. You know, like, seriously, dude, my day started at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you want me to pick up a load at 11:30 at night? Like, get a life, man. Anyways, I couldn't legally do it, and they're saying, oh, well, you know, if you can't legally do it, you can't legally do it. But yet, he sat me all weekend. Simple enough to say, because I'm supposed to be on this dedicated, right? And he didn't give me any of the loads out on Friday. He didn't give me any of the loads out on Saturday. He didn't give me any of the loads out that went out on Sunday. Even though there are limited loads on the weekends. But anyway, for that particular customer. Alright, whatever. So I did my reset. get my load Monday. That was a little bit screwed up, and the first load was screwed up on both ends. So I get there, yeah, that's screwed up. Had to wait an hour and a half there at the customer. We couldn't go in before 10 anyways. Had to wait an hour and a half, and yeah, so finally get the empty trailer, get down to the customer, and they double dispatched it, right? So again, waiting. Finally get out of there, and then I got to come home. I come home, truck's got to go in for a safety check because it's due. I bring it in, it needs parts. They tell me, well, it's not going to be ready before Thursday because we got to order the part from the US and blah, 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 right? All right, so I plan my week accordingly. Part's not going to be in until Thursday. Truck won't be ready till Friday. So I undergo a project here at home. Not a big project or anything, and not overly important, but I still. So anyways, truck ends up ready a day early or whatever, so get it home. But anyways, so talking to the dispatch, I say, I got to get back in that rotation, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, we'll see what we can do, and, this and that. And you can tell, well, talk to one dispatcher, and it was, yeah, no problem, just we'll get you into the lineup. Just check back on Friday, call on Friday. Of course, now it's a different dispatcher because they're on a 4-day rotation. 2 different dispatchers, and it's a lot of hemming and hawing all of a sudden. And well, there's some on Saturday. So okay, well, I don't want to wait till the last second here to find out when does the Saturday's delivery. He's saying it'll deliver Sunday. So, well, you want me to go into Montreal to grab an empty trailer, bring it into Toronto, pick up that Brampton, and then bring it, into Ohio. It's like 750 miles or whatever, almost 800 miles total. Actually, it might be even over 800 miles. And you want me to do that in less than a day. So like, yeah, that's got to deliver Monday. So then it's like, oh, well, then get me on the rotation so that I can start on Monday. And then I talk to him, and all of a sudden it's like, well, we've got a good core group of drivers already on there, and so I don't know if we'll be able to get... It's like, really, dude, you just took me off the freaking dedicated that you asked me to be a part of. And I get penalized because my truck was in the shop. So whatever, I told them just put me on regular freight. I'm not going to help them out with this dedicated shit. If they try to give it to me, I'm just going to tell them where to go. And I know there's some people from Indy that watch me and whatnot, but this is just really aggravating. This is not the first time this has happened. You get offered a dedicated run, you get yourself set up to do it, you spend days. Like the last time, I spent months waiting for it to get organized. I lost so much money. And this was back as a company driver, but you know what? I did it anyways because they didn't have anyone else to do it, and that was a huge mistake. If you guys remember that stuff in Quebec, where I was basically just shunting the trailers there for them. I mean, I got screwed big time on that. But they learned their lesson, and of course then the new person that got put on it got the good stuff. Okay, I was supposed to turn in there. How the hell do you turn in there? I didn't see an entrance. I must have just missed it. So we're going to have to pull a Yui here. Talking and not paying attention. So we got to somehow make the U-turn here without running anybody over and without getting run over. So at any rate, yeah, so, and then I was offered to get onto the Chrysler board, and then it's, yeah, we're going to get you on it, we're going to get you started, and yeah, totally illegal what I'm doing here, but I don't care. It's a game. I missed the entrance anyways. How I missed it, I don't know. Oh, but at any rate. And then that never panned out. The Chrysler stuff, it's probably... Then it was after, a couple of weeks away, like, when am I going to get started, blah, blah, blah. And they put me on a couple of runs, but nothing regular. And then it's like, what's going on? Oh, well, we're going to put you on the list. The list is full right now. But as soon as we get a regular opening again, we'll put you on. I'm like, really? I went through all that for nothing. Now, that dispatcher is no longer there that did that to me. But still, it's just, it drives me nuts. So I'm just going to stay from now on regular freight. I am not going to do dedicated. I'm not going to let them even offer it to me. If they mention it, I'm just going to say no. Plain and simple. See, I can't even drive now. I'm all flustered just talking about it. So, anyways, yeah. So, starting... Well, I told him, get me out of here tomorrow, but I know how it's going to end up. He's not going to have any freight. He's not going to get me booked on anything, because he doesn't look. He doesn't try. He waits for the computer to tell him what to do. He can't think outside the box. He shouldn't even be a dispatcher, in my opinion, because he can't think outside the box. See, this is just... I'm so screwed up. It just has to go green. That's all I care about. Thank God. Itchy ear. So, God knows what's going to happen come the end of the weekend here. Yeah, he made it up to level 2. Alright, so, because we want to do heavy haul is considered high value. Cargo, I think fragile might be mixed in there, but right now we're just going to... These are our skill levels. Once you earn skill levels, you click these, you can do like hazmat. Long distance stuff pays really good once you get, you know, up here. Just-in-time delivery, eco driving, I'm not really fancy on, but this one is going to give us our high values, our heavy freight stuff. Now this should give us the loan in the bank. Yes, it does. Alright, what do we have for money? Where is our money? Money. We've only got 4,000, but we've got enough to buy a truck then by getting the loan. So we'll go to the bank. We'll get the 100,000 euros. Close out. We're just going to get a base truck. That's all we're going to do. Just go to the truck dealer. We're going to go to Volvo. We don't want Renault. We want Volvo. We select dealer. And this is all we can buy right here. Base truck. However, some of the Volvos that are available. This is the new style FH series. Okay, you can see the old style. Just look at the bumper, the slope and everything. This is the new style. They've redesigned it a bit. That's the old style Globetrotter. Different axle configuration. This is the new style. And I don't know why they put that old one in there. This one ends up being really nice, but anyway, whatever. All we can buy, oh, we could buy that one, but we're not going to. See, we can only get this at level 10, it says. This one level 10, this one level 14, level 16, level 12, level 16. So all we can get is this. Now this we can build up to being something great. Now, the reason we're going to get this one over the other one, this one's 99,000, it's cheaper, 540 horsepower, and the torque rating you can see here, it's got the base I-shift in it, but 540 horsepower versus 460 horsepower, same torque rating and everything, but yeah, so this one is the better one as far as that goes. That's the newer style, but we're going to go this one here. We're not going to do anything to it. And we now have our truck and we are parked at our garage. And that is our little truck. I can't remember. You can adjust all kinds of stuff here. Let's get rid of, or put that like that. Get rid of those mirrors so we can see it. There we go. And that is our first truck that we are going to be owner-operator in. Fairly basic, fairly simple. If you look inside, nothing fancy schmancy. Actually drove this identical model while I was in Iraq. FH series flat top. They were actually pretty comfortable, other than the fact that you couldn't stand up in it. But you know, it's just a semi-raised floor here, which actually made it nice. under the bed compartments that pull out. I mean, you can get these fully customized to be really nice, but this is just the flat top version. You get the high rise version, and obviously you can stand up in them. But they have all the bells and whistles usually in them. This one's probably fairly stock, but still. Anyway, that's it. That's all for today's vlog. I bitched and moaned and groaned enough, and yeah, we got to get this sucker up on for you guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll do another gaming tomorrow. I got to figure out the scheduling because I've got regular vlogs that started Wednesday, it's Friday, 2 days, 3 days, I don't know. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Regular vlogs will be starting soon anyways. God knows when I'm getting out of here. But yeah, it's only gaming for a couple of days, and then the regular vlogs will start up. So we'll talk to you.